Yeah.
I mean, I wish you the best of luck, and what you're doing with the toolbox, it's all over the place and it's really impressive, and you just must never stop. And I like how you said it. You're even your firm and just everything is, just working so you can hang out with your family. It's a good outlook. It's a good may we all look like that in 2021. Think about work in a way that it's just a means to an end to have family time.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm an extremely what's that word I had in my mind? It popped out. A person who has big ideas and wants to achieve them. Ambitious person, and like to the point that I always thought, like, I'm gonna be the head of a biggest company in the world, president, leader of the world, this kind of stuff. And I have the energy and the wherewithal to do that. But over time, I was seeing people who went after that big a goal, and I saw they weren't usually happy, and what they thought they would achieve didn't happen. And now I was reading the Bible. I like to read the Tanakh and Torah a lot too. In the book of Ecclesiastes, it talks about, like, there's nothing new under the sun. And, like, it's kind of like it sounds negative, but it's kind of like, don't go out for crazy kind of stuff. Enjoy the food you have, enjoy what you drink, enjoy time with your family. At the end of the day, that's the most important thing. And so I always put that at the center of things, and then have creative outlets that could help support that, and like bring out that ambition that I have and the creativity angle. But always go back to that, because I've seen too many people chase after that big dream, and it ends up being more of a facade once they get it. But the ambitions in me to do new things, so it's a kind of a balancing act of, I could chase money and make a big firm and make a ton of money, but I've ran into too many lawyers who've done that are really unhappy and are alcoholics, or not to paint a broad picture on everyone does that, but it has to be another primary thing that has to be secondary to what I found. And look what Ira is doing at your firm. Like, I mean, he's obviously very successful as a name, but it always goes back to he's doing impact lawsuits. He's writing a book that makes a difference, and everyone. So it's like all that brings money with it, but the primary goal is to help to push the field along and to help masses of people. And so that's really an example that we could go by.
Yeah, I try. I'm similar, you wanna have a life of meaning. I don't have a family yet, and then I know that'll shift it. You want your life to mean something, and you want to do stuff that's creative. Immigration to me, it's a big, complicated, fun game, and you can help lives. I mean, it's great with that. But and Ira's the same way. I asked him. I took a loss like a year ago, and I'm like, Ira, like when does it stop hurting with the loss? When do you not want to vomit? And he's like, it never goes away. And if it does, I'd be scared, is what he said. And because that means that you don't care as much. So that does make being an immigration lawyer very, very difficult. But like with Ira, obviously he's got the book, and the type of cases and the Supreme Court cases he's taken and all that, the advocacy. But the firm was his brother's. His brother was a medical malpractice attorney, and now his nephew, Ira's nephew, is the managing partner of our firm, and he does med mal. And so the family it's been two things. The firm has been two things. It is two things: immigration and med mal, and they kind of both help fund each other. But at base, it's a family law firm, and I think that's how Ira and his brother do it, such that you don't burn out and you don't become an alcoholic, and that is keep the family aspect to it, keep the bigger picture in front of you every day. I'm certainly trying to learn from them,
Yeah.
not yet succeeding, but certainly trying to learn from them.
Immigration is so personal and emotional. Like right now, I have these EB cases that the receipts are taking months to come, but like 2 months, and there's retrogression next visa bulletin. So I'm like, it's. I'm sure a lot of lawyers going to hit with malpractice now because they didn't write the check right,
Yep.
or there was a missing box. But like if they get a rejection notice, and with the retrogression, all of a sudden all these Indians they'll have to wait another 2-3 years before their time comes up. And I know my case is good because I kept checking the PDF scans, but it's like, just give me a goddamn receipt so I can make sure the case is through. And I mean, they're probably they don't know any better, so they're probably cool about it. But like for me, it's like, dude, a receipt shouldn't take 8 weeks to come. But that's the norm that is happening. So it just stuff stresses me out. And so it's kind of like, and that's just like, that's a little higher kind of stuff. Like when you have your cases where people are detained and their families like worried about them, it's prison at the end of the day. Not before coronavirus and COVID, like what if some violent person is in the same cell with them? You know, what if there's a myriad of things that could be problematic. It's very personal. I really always tell people I feel like I'm a family doctor or surgeon in what I do, because the consequences are life or death. And even the, you know, even in investor cases, I mean, you're dead in the US essentially, and even real dead potentially in, you know, asylum cases and TPS cases when people are forced to be removed from the country. So it's a very serious subject matter, and it stresses the hell out of practitioners, especially the last 4 years. I mean, a lot of people were talking about leaving. A lot of people did leave. It's a very difficult job to do. But you know, law in general is a full contact sport. It's really hard to do.
Yeah, you know, you can always do more. And sending it out, I mean, I just filed a Noid response,
Hmm.
a huge one. What if I messed up and I missed the deadline? Like, what if they reject it? Like, it's crazy. I think that the solution for a lot of that in both immigration court and USCIS is you got to go electronic. I mean, if you ever practice in federal court, I can see the second that I file that the court has received it.
Hmm.
I have proof of that in the stamp that the federal court gives to it. Now, it might ultimately be rejected, but then that's right immediate, and you get the notification, and then usually, you know, you have maybe you have time to fix that. There is no reason that we should be messing around with FedEx and 8 weeks to get a receipt in the era of digital, and it's crazy. It has to come eventually. That it's taken this long is keeping us all up at night and turning us into alcoholics.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, they tried to do this digitization for a long time now, spent billions of dollars in it. It's their priority goal. Like when DHS talks about the number one goal is digital thing, this and that. But they take one step forward, two steps back constantly.
Yeah.
Now, I've tried filling out the online forms for N400s and I-90s, and I'm like, why is this so done so badly? I can't figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, you need a forum where you can see everything you file, just like federal court, just like Pacer.
Yeah,
Believe me, federal judges are known tech wizards, but they figured it out.
yeah.
And they've had it for 20 years now, almost. But I wish you the best in 2021, all of us. It's been quite the 4 years. I came back to immigration because Trump won, and I'm excited to continue without him.
Cheers to that, and the whole immigration field definitely agrees with that.